للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة
للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear viewers, brothers and sisters, welcome to our series of errors and correction from Al Huda TV. This program actually to clear some errors which Muslim may fall into. The ultimate goal of this program is actually to clarify and clear some errors and the correction for this error. In this episode, we will cover some errors women fall into. And one of the first things women fall into is not taking care, or actually they are not serious in covering themselves. They are exposing their, their pieces of their bodies, like neck, arm, legs to the people, and that is what we call it in Arabic tabarruj. And this is, of course, not right. This is one of the major error many women fall. The women the Muslim women should actually cover herself, especially when she go out. She must really wear a complete hijab. She should not really expose her arms or her neck or her anything in the chest or her legs to the stranger people. And she must really cover up with hijab. And if she can wear also the niqab, is much better, because the face, actually many women, they said the face is not recommended. Well, the reason I said hijab, niqab, the face is the location of the beauty of the woman. If a person wants to go and ask woman hand to get married, he will look to her face. He will not look to only her hand or her leg. He will look to the face. This is what the beauty is, the beauty is there in the face. So this is actually, the face is always is the one cause temptation to other. So one of the mistake, or actually one of the error women fall, is not to have a complete hijab. Also, some women, they resemble or imitate men by wearing some men clothes, and this is absolutely not allowed in Islam, because Rasulullah he cursed the men who imitating resembling women, and he cursed the women who resembling and imitating men. So neither men are allowed to resemble or imitate women, or the women imitate or resemble the men. So this is actually one of the measures. So the woman should stay a woman in her clothes, in her action, in her manners. She should not really imitate men. Now we come to the wig. Many women, they trying to deceive people by wearing a wig, and she think this is her hair. Especially the woman, she's not married yet. She put a wig, and maybe the person who coming to ask her hand, he may be deceived. He thought maybe this is real hair. But if she's having a problem, if she have some illness or disease in her head, and she's gonna wear this wig all the time, she must be honest and tell this man coming to ask her hand. She must tell him, be careful, I want you to be aware that this is not my hair, this is a wig, and because that. But if she should not hide this wig from the people asking her hand to get married. And also this is deceiving other. So if to stay away or to avoid wearing the wig, if there is no need for it, it's better for the Muslim. Also, some women, may Allah guide them to the best, and anytime they leave home with perfume. She puts perfume. A person can smell her from quite distance. And the Muslim women should not put perfume or any good smell when she leaves home, because she is causing temptation and she actually may attract men to her. So the righteous and the pious women should have a good hijab and also avoid, stay away from this error, which many women fall into, you know. And the correct way actually is to leave home without any perfume, without any smell that may attract men to her. Some women, when her husband died, you know, she will, you know, hit her face, she will weep, she will cry, she will, you know, cry with loud voice, and may hit her face, may throw some sand on her face, she may tear her clothes because she's trying to show that how sad she is because she lost her father or her son or her husband. And this is of course one of the major errors and a woman can do. So the woman should not, the correct way is to be patient and to ask Allah forgiveness for her loved one and she should not cry or should not, you know, beat her face, and she ask forgiveness, she make dua, and she be patient, whatever happens. This is from Allah, because is the one, the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one took this man or this woman or your daughter or your father. He is the one brought him to life, and He is the one took him. So why should we, you know, object or, you know, be sad? You know, of course we feel sad, but not to the extent that you cry loudly and tear your clothes or, you know, cut your hair. Also, one of the major error many women fall into is actually a telltaler, you know, telltale or backbite. The telltaler is the one who just go and keep chattering, you know, he makes problem between people. We call it namima. So a namima, this is when you go between two people and to tell them wrong information and to tell them that this man did this and this woman did this, and actually he did not do it. So this is absolutely haram. Even backbite, al-ghiba. Also al-ghiba, you talk about somebody who is not present. You talk about a woman, she's not present, she's not here to defend herself. If you really want to talk about women, talk and speak about women when she's there, she can defend herself. But you know, eating, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has warned us from backbiting. And I refer you to Surah Al-Hujurat. So I wanted to go back and read Surah Al-Hujurat, verse 11, 12, 13. I refer you really, I want every woman and also men to read and recite the verse 11, 12, 13 in Surah Al-Hujurat, which actually clearing us very clear that this is not permissible and it is haram to backbite or to make fun from each other. Some women, you know, they deny their husband completely, what they call it nushuz. She leaves the home and she doesn't respond to her husband request. She doesn't care about him. She doesn't, you know, prepare his food. She doesn't take care of his clothes. She sometimes even she leaves the home completely and she goes to her family, and she's not even responding to his request to come back. In Islam, they call nushuz, and this is of course one of the major error a woman could fall into. So the woman should not, you know, commit this error. Also, asking divorce without any valid reason. We covered this in other episode. One of the also major error, spreading the secret of the bed. Unfortunately, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, you know, covering, and He make this completely confidential between you and your husband. You know, this thing at the bedroom must be confidential. Must be confidential. No one has the right, neither the husband or the wife, to go and tell other people what happened in the bed. So you, especially the women, I mean, unfortunately there are many women and some men also, they fall into this major error. So actually the correct way and the correct thing, you know, that you should keep this secret, This is something between you and your husband. Nobody has the right to know about it. Neither you has the right to, convey what you have done last night. You should not convey what you have done last night. You should not, neither you or husband. This is absolutely very major error. If a woman does it, you should stay away from this. Absolutely, it is haram. Also, not taking care of raising up children. Unfortunately, nowadays in many countries, many women, they leave raising up the children to the housemaid. And housemaid cannot be mother. Well, I understand that some women, they have a job to do. They need to work, especially if there is nobody supporting them, no father, no husband. And she has children, if she's a widow or was divorced. But it doesn't mean that you have to work, that you just abandon your responsibility and your obligation towards your children. You leave it for the housemaid or for other people. It is your responsibility as a mother to raise up your children, to teach them Islam, to teach them good manners, to take care of them. Nobody can fulfill really the position of the mother. No one. Even the child, the child himself, he will not really have the full love from the housemaid like the mother love. So don't really abandon or actually disregard your responsibility as a mother and leave the responsibility for housemaid or babysitter. Even a babysitter temporary, no problem, but don't let completely 100% your responsibility, you give it to the babysitter. Also, leaving the home every time without permission of the husband. Many women, unfortunately, they are committing this error, and it's a very major error. The Muslim woman should not leave home and let her husband approve it. You must tell your husband, I want to leave this time, and you must tell him where you're going. So the woman, if she is a real good Muslim woman, she must not really leave her husband and leave her house until her husband give her permission. Brothers and sisters, we come to conclude this episode, and we'll look forward to see you soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
للذين أحسنوا الحسنى وزيادة ولا يرهق وجوههم قتر ولا ذلة أولئك أصحاب الجنة هم